Morning, a jury will begin deliberating the fate of a police officer charged with killing a little girl during a raid. That officer taking that stand today. 7 Action News reporter Kimberly Craig tells you the prosecution all but called the veteran cop a liar.
I point my finger at him and say his actions are criminal, and that makes him a criminal. He may be a good police officer, he may be a good father, he may be a good person, he may volunteer for kids' organizations, but it doesn't matter.
The prosecution not holding back in their closing argument, telling the jury that the evidence does not support Officer Weekley's version of what happened the night Ayanna Stanley Jones was killed because it's not the truth.
Officer Weekley wants you to believe that this person who hits him so hard that his gun goes off, he doesn't even know it. That's how hard she hits him, apparently. His gun goes off, and that threat, he knows about it. He sees the top of the head with the curls on it and doesn't do anything about it. He leaves her alone on the couch. Think about that. Does that make sense? No.
On the stand, Officer Weekley said he fired the gun because Ayanna's grandmother hid it.
What'd you tell other officers?
I was pretty messed up at that time, but I definitely either talked to Sergeant Collins or Sergeant Widmer on the porch. I remember that. I was on the porch, and I'm like, lady jumped up and grabbed my gun, and I shot a kid.
And just, how'd you feel at that moment?
I can't explain how I felt. Just, you feel devastated, horrible, just the sorrow, just to be involved, even to this day, you can't explain it. It's horrible.
And in their closing argument, Weekley's defense attorney said just because Myrtilla Jones' DNA and fingerprints are not on the gun doesn't mean she didn't hit it.
Mr. Moran is suggesting that Officer Weekley is lying about it. And the circumstances of what happened tells you that he's not.
On that day when he entered that house, his conduct was grossly negligent. And because of his conduct, Ayanna Jones is dead.
Tomorrow morning, the jury is set to begin deliberating. In Detroit, Kimberly Craig, 7 Action News.